Okay, I'm going to be talking about two of my favorite formative assessment tools. I love using these in my classroom and I wanted to share with you in hopes that you will also try them in your own classroom. So the first formative assessment tool that I want to introduce is Quizlet. Quizlet is my all-time favorite way to assess my students, and it's their all-time favorite way to be assessed. They beg for Quizlet. They love it more than any other quizzing app, and they are extremely engaged every time I use it. So in Quizlet, you can actually create a set that they can use for studying at home. They can use flashcards, they can spell, they can match, play games, take a test. So it's a great way for them to engage at home. They can also work on this independently if they finish an assignment early. But my favorite aspect of Quizlet is the Quizlet Live portion. And Quizlet Live is where all of the students are on Quizlet at the same time in the classroom. It automatically pairs them into groups for you, so you don't have to do any work. They're all named an animal, like the tigers you can see here. They find their animal, they get in their group, and it gives them a term at the top, and they have to find the definition. The key is only one student in the group has the definition. So they have to work together collaboratively, which I love, to figure out which student has the correct answer. The second app that I use in my classroom is Quizizz. The students do love Quizizz, they just don't love it as much as a Quizlet Live game. However, there are some benefits to Quizizz teacher-wise that makes me use it sometimes more than Quizlet. So you can see this is the home screen. You can create same thing, European history. These are both over the same content. They just look a little bit differently. The students can do solo practice. I can assign it to them. They can also play a game all together. They can work individually in a game mode. That's a classic game mode, or they can do a team. But it is a little bit different than Quizlet Live. Some of the biggest similarities and differences, as far as similarities go, both are exposing content to students in a fun setting where they're playing a game. Students have the opportunity to compete with each other. Students can master the work independently, which I like. So they both have that option for independent work if needed. And they both provide students with flashcards, and I love flashcards. So that is a perk for me. The differences are really the live modes. And you kind of just have to play with them to understand how the live modes are different. Live mode and Quizizz can be whole group or individual, and they get to work at their own pace, and it's not a race. Whereas Quizlet is a race, and if they get one wrong, it takes them all the way back to the beginning, whereas Quizizz just keeps tracking. Quizizz also tracks student learning and provides data for teachers, whereas Quizlet Live does not do that. And in fact, in Quizlet Live, the kids can choose whatever name they want, and I have no way of tracking it. So, today in class, I had all kinds of crazy, like, hey girl, hey, my name is Jeff. So you never know what they're going to put as far as their name. Whereas Quizizz, they have a student account, it tracks it to their email. So those are the biggest similarities and differences. These are two tools I love, and I highly recommend that you spend some time looking at the tutorials and try them out in your own classroom.